So in the next verse that I want to read, it's actually now the dream of Nebuchadnezzar. And I think what we've been discussing in the morning was so much in line with what I was to discuss today at this time. So I think it's a blessing. So in Daniel chapter 2, verse 1 to 2, we read the following. Now, this is when Nebuchadnezzar, so we see Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, and then he decided, because it was troublesome to him, he decided to get some people who he deemed wise to come and help solve the issue. So we read in Daniel chapter 2, verse 1 to 2, it reads, "And in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams, wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. Then the king commanded to call the magicians, the astrologers, and the sorcerers, and the Chaldeans, for to shew the king his dreams. So they came and stood before the king." That is Daniel chapter 2, verse 1 to 2. So we see Nebuchadnezzar trusted in men, in men's wisdom, okay, or people's wisdom. And his first thought was to get some wise people, some magicians, some astrologers, some sorcerers, the Chaldeans, to come and solve the puzzle for him, because this thing troubled him. But we see where he directed his energy, towards men. Now, we know what transpired there. He called them, but he was specific because he really wanted real answers. So he asked the magicians and the astrologers who were called. He told them, and the Chaldeans, he told them, you have to give me the dream, and then you'll give me the interpretation. But the conversation, if you read that, I'm just going to put the context there, so that because I've skipped some verses there. So those guys, that is the magicians, the astrologers, and the rest, they really wanted Nebuchadnezzar to give them the dream. Then they give the interpretation, and they were like, you know, there is no one who can do this thing that you are telling us to do. Okay, nobody. Maybe the only one who can do that are the gods, and the you know, I believe they understood gods to be whatever, something else. So they said it's only the gods that can do this thing that you are asking. It cannot be done by men. And the gods do not dwell with men. So this thing that you're asking is impossible. That's what the Chaldeans, the magicians, and the astrologers were saying concerning what Nebuchadnezzar wanted from them. So Nebuchadnezzar decided to, he actually told them that if you don't do what I've asked you, then you people are going to die. He gave a decree. Okay, so the lights have come back. Sorry. He gave a decree that they should be killed. And now we see Daniel coming into the picture, because Daniel was one of the people who are considered wise in that kingdom. Remember, it is said that Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Azariah, Meshach, those ones, they were considered to be 10 times wiser than the people who are there. And remember, that time they were children, so you can see. So Daniel was among the people who are considered wise. We just read that previously. So Daniel was among the people who are considered wise, the wise men. So we read in verse 13 of Daniel chapter 2, and the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain, and they sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain. So it's even Daniel was part of the people who were to be killed, because he was considered among the wisest. So then Daniel answered with counsel and wisdom to Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, which was gone forth to slay the wise men of Babylon. Now, we know Daniel actually asked for some time so that he could get the answers. We can go on to the next slide, brother. I know I might inconvenience you, but bear with me. Yeah. So in verse 19, We read the following. Now, after Daniel has gone, in fact, he involved his friends, that is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and told them what had transpired, and that they really they were supposed to have God's intervention. They really needed God to reveal the secrets to them. So they went into prayer, and eventually Daniel got the revelation. So we read in verse 19 now. After Daniel got the revelation, notice, brothers and sisters, he gave thanks to the Almighty. We read, then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. Now let me stop right there. Now we can you can remember when Nebuchadnezzar had the troublesome, when Nebuchadnezzar had the troublesome dream, he went to men. But what does Daniel say here? He said, blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. So Daniel understands that if there is any wisdom that he needed, it can only come from God. For wisdom and might are his. Verse 21. And he changed the times, he changed the times and the seasons. He removed kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise. So according to Daniel, while he's giving his gratitude and thanks to God, he understands clearly that those who are truly wise in all sense, it's not their doing. It's something that comes from God. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light that dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who has given me wisdom and might. So Daniel acknowledges that the wisdom that he has is from God. O God, O thou God of my fathers, who has given me wisdom and might, and has made known unto me what we desire of thee, for thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. So the issue about King Nebuchadnezzar's dream that troubled him was made known to Daniel, not because he was so wise by himself, but because that wisdom was given unto him by God. So we can move on to the next.